My name's Rebecca Orme. I'm an educator and distributor in the nail industry. Have been for nearly 24 years in total in this industry. And I was on a Facebook group a few weeks ago where I saw a post asking, is this a greenie or is it a bruise? It's a common one to see asked about on the popular Facebook groups for nail technicians. The problem I see is that half of the answers tell you it's a bruise. The other half of the answers tell you it's a greenie. You get a few answers thrown in there giving you the correct advice, and who do you believe? What tipped me over the edge was one of the final comments which said, this is mould. You need to send her to the GP, and I have 40 years experience in the nail industry. I have no words. What do you do in those situations as a qualified nail tech asking for help and advice? You've now got 4 different answers to your question. Whose do you believe? Do you believe the top contributor in that group? Do you believe the admin that's replied to you? Do you go with your online friend's answer because they're using the same brand as you and they've obviously had some experience, so let's go with what she said, yeah? Or do you go with the lady who has 40 years experience in the nail industry, who's incorrectly recognised it as mould, told you to wrongly send that client to the GP, and sounds like she should know what she was talking about because she's got 40 years of nail industry experience behind her. So then I asked myself, how can I help the nail industry more than I already am as an educator and a valued expert in this industry, a Scratch magazine contributor, a judge, an international educator. I have an A-level in chemistry, a degree in biological sciences. How can I do more to help you? And that's when I came up with my new online membership. I have put all of my nail expert knowledge into a 12-month membership for qualified nail technicians who found gaps in their education, or they just want to know more. They want to know as much as possible about the industry that they're in. It doesn't matter whether you only do build gel, there's going to be some liquid and powder thrown in there as part of the overall course, because I want you to have a completely comprehensive knowledge of nails. So even if you don't do liquid and powder, you're going to find out all about it. The safety aspects, the preparation, the application, how to remove it, and that will hold you in good stead then for when a client walks through the door asking for your advice. They don't always ask for advice on the system that they're wearing, they ask for advice for a friend. They ask you to remove some acrylics that they've already got on so they can put builder gel on them with you in that appointment. So having this completely comprehensive knowledge of all systems, of all things nails, will help you in ways that you've never thought of before. So I have brainstormed 90 lessons, 90 lessons, okay? You will get to know everything there is to know about nails, whether it's acrylic, acrygel, builder gel, gel polish, the chemistry, how to look after your brush if you've ruined a few brushes when you first got started and didn't know really what to do with them. Then I've got all of my top tips for you there. Everything that you could possibly need to know about nails in general and doing nails, you're going to get a comprehensive view of it all. Are you going onto Facebook and asking a nail technician group, is it a bruise or is it a greenie? Are you going on there saying, is this a reaction? Are you going on the groups and saying, what's the best gel polish out there? I need to change brands because my clients are starting to react. Are you going on there asking, what is the best LED lamp out there right now? All of these questions can be answered by yourself through better knowledge in nails. My main mission in the nail industry from when I got started was to educate others. I have this science background, it's how my brain works. I want to know how it does it and why it does it. So I spent the first few years of my career in nails, doing clients and researching as much as I possibly can to make sure I had every bit of knowledge possible. So who am I? What have I got to do with it? What's my story? I'm going to let you in on a few little facts about me. I have A-levels in chemistry, biology and psychology. I have a 2:1 honours degree in biological sciences, specialising in anatomy and physiology. I'm a qualified teacher of adults. I'm also an assessor, so I could go into a college or run a college course, which I have done for 5 or 6 years before COVID. And I have a science brain that loves pretty nails. My speciality has always been the facts, the structure, the technical aspect of nails, and making them last, making them adhere properly, making them look beautiful in the aesthetic whilst staying strong. That kind of thing is what I live for. Yes, I do pretty nails as well. I do a lot of design work. I can do lots of things from flat nail art to 3D and fantasy nail art, but my passion lies in the technical aspect of nails. So, little known fact about me is the very first nail course that I booked on, I was essentially scammed. I was fresh out of university and my parents had just moved house, so we were moving 20 miles down the road, and I wanted to do something fun, something for me. I had had my head in scientific books for 5 years and I wanted a break. I wanted something fun. I wanted to just clear my mind. I found a nail course. Now, some would say the rest is history, but that's just where it started. I booked on a nail course with a gel brand, apparently reputable, in the magazines, advertising, and it was going to be like my life-changing thing for myself, my hobby, something for me. I've always had an interest in nails and this was going to be exciting. After they cancelled the course to rebook it twice, maybe even 3 times, it was a long time ago, they then suggested that I contact the educator herself to get myself booked on with her as a one-to-one, which I did. And after 4 days of talking nails, doing nails, I was so thrilled, so excited. I got home with the products that she told me to buy from the warehouse, which I was allowed to do, no questions asked. I got home, started doing my nails, my mum's nails, my sister's nails, my best friend's nails, anybody I could get my hands on to practice my new skills. Then I went to a trade show where I saw OPI, the granddaddy of nail brands at the time. I wanted to be using OPI. Then I came across a problem. To book on the OPI gel conversion course to be able to use their gels, I needed a qualification certificate. So I did what any normal person would do. I contacted my educator and said, when can I expect my certificate? To which she replied, I can give you a certificate, but it won't mean anything. What? Well, you didn't go through the brand that you booked with first. You paid me directly and I'm not qualified without that brand accrediting my courses. I didn't get a certificate. I was now unqualified when I thought that I was embarking on something exciting for myself, and I'll admit the tears started flowing. I was 21, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know why I wouldn't have been given a certificate, why this lady had taken my money knowing that this was a passion for me, that I might want to build a business from it, and that she couldn't give me an actual qualification. So long story short, I had to book on another 4-day course and start all over again. My first educator, who took my money and didn't give me a qualification, also advised me, educated me, taught me that acrylic was actually very bad for you. It will damage your nails and it seeps into the bloodstream through your nail plate, can cause very bad allergic reactions and even miscarriage. Oh my gosh, well at least I've chosen gel. Like, how lucky am I to be on a gel course. I then noticed that she was scratching her hands and that she got a rash on the back of her hands, to which she told me, oh yes, just beware, you will get contact dermatitis from using gel. There's me left with all of this information swirling through my head. So I went to another trade show in London, 21. I took my mum with me. I didn't want to get caught out again, so I needed some backup. I needed some support to tell me that yes, you know what, you've done all your research, you're doing the right thing. When we got there, no one was using gel. Every stand, except for OPI, was using acrylic. Now, the previous show that I'd been to, I made a beeline for OPI. I saw the stand from the entrance and I was like, that is where I need to be. Big brand, massive following, a brand to be trusted. That was sorted, yes? Well, as we know, they wouldn't allow me to go onto their course because I hadn't got a qualification already. So I was back to square one. I made sure I visited every single stand in that exhibition. And what struck me straight away was that everyone was using acrylic. Why would they be using acrylic when it seeps into your bloodstream and causes major allergic reactions and it does all these bad things to your body, like possibly causing a miscarriage? Why on earth are all of these stands here using acrylic? I started asking questions. Obviously, you know me a little bit more by now. I started asking questions, a lot of questions. It turns out the facts that I'd been given on my first nail course were far, far, far from the truth. So what did I do? I booked an acrylic nail course. I booked on a course that was local, that was reputable, and was exactly the same money as the last course cost me. But when I got there, I got to meet the best educator ever. I still know and talk to this educator 24 years later, and I have surpassed anything that she ever did in the nail industry. She even used to get me back into the Manchester College to do masterclasses for her students when she became a college lecturer in nails. And from that time on, I have never looked back. I went on every course going to upskill and add systems to my repertoire. For me, it was, what's the point of being a nail technician if I don't know every system out there and I don't have all of the information that I should have? I mean, let's face it, I've already been burnt once. So I did the diploma with the brand that I started with the acrylic. So I did another 3 or 4 courses with them to become more of an intermediate nail technician rather than a basic or beginner foundational nail technician. Then I moved on to a bigger brand, which was C&D, and I did their master classes. I became a master in liquid and powder, and then I thought, what's next? Gel. So I became a master in gel. Not happy with just that, I attended nail art courses, airbrushing courses, masterclasses from different nail educators, and then I found EasyFlow. EasyFlow was an amazing brand with lots and lots of coloured powders, and they were not afraid to use them. I was in my element. I then decided I wanted to get an MVQ. I didn't need an MVQ, but I thought, well, if I'm going to do this as my job and run a business, then I want the highest qualification going. So I booked an MVQ. I did my assessments with a wonderful educator, and that educator was in fact not only an assessor for MVQs, she was a CND ambassador as well. So when I went back to her for a little bit of advice on what next course should I embark on, she actually told me that she'd left C&D and started working with another company, specifically a brand called EasyFlow. I couldn't get my hat on. We both found EasyFlow at the same time, and she told me that they were looking for distributors. Light bulb. I was excited at the prospect of delving further into the industry. So I had a meeting, I got some of the products, found I absolutely loved them, and I wrote a 50-page business plan. My business plan was accepted almost immediately. I got a call a few days later saying, we want to see you, we just want to ask a few more questions, do our due diligence, but we are excited to have you on board. And from that point on, I was a distributor of a professional nail product. A short while later, might have only been 6 or 7 months later, I was being asked by the people, the nail technicians that I was selling these products to, being so passionate about it and getting such good results, I was being asked if I could teach them how to do nails like mine. I always went in with the most elaborate designs, the lovely colours, a beautiful shape to my nails. I'd worked hard on my nails. And they wanted to know how to do what I did. So in my next step in my career, I became an Easy Flow educator. A year later, I was allowed to take that education course again, and I achieved Master Artist Educator. A year later, they were running the course again for the people who needed to reassess. And I said, I did that last year, so maybe I'll skip this year. No, you were part of the original education, so you need to reassess because it's now 2 years later. Okay, fine, I'll do it. And with my friends, we'll have some laughs, and I will make sure that my skills are completely up to date. Guess what? I scored top in the class. I got International Educator that year. The following year, I was teaching the educators. Nails is not just about picking up some product and putting it on the nail. I delved into the chemistry of the product, why it was so important that this ingredient was in there, what did that ingredient actually do, do I need this other product because it looks to me like it does the same job. Yeah, it's repackaged. All of this knowledge has enabled me to spend less, profit more, and be confident in the services that I am providing. That has led me to competing, where I won, to judging, to the Maldives, where I was paid all expenses paid, to go and teach their spa staff for 8 days, giving me 2 days to relax and chill on a private island with my own villa and butler. Yeah, I didn't use the butler much. When I go to London and Paris to do fashion shows and campaigns, I'm not the lead manicurist, I'm the assistant. And I'm quite happy to be the assistant because my priority is you. When I go on campaign shoots, I'm told what to do, and I can do that to the best of my ability, and the lead can just leave me to it. When something complicated comes up, then I'm there to assist with my expert knowledge and advice as to, I know the best way to do that. And that's why I keep getting asked back. I'm valuable to people just because of my expert knowledge. And I want to pass all that knowledge on to you. I've been doing this one-to-one and in class form for 14 years, and I am ready to go online and hit the masses. I want to teach as many nail technicians as possible all of the nail knowledge that I have in my mind. So if you are thinking that you've got some gaps in your knowledge, you'd love to find out a little bit more about another system, you worry about giving misinformation because you don't really know the full information, you want to upskill, you want to get slimmer nails, you want to make sure that everybody's nails has the adhesion that it needs, rather than the 10% of clients coming back with niggly problems that you're struggling to solve. If any of this resonates with you as to, I want to know everything I can know about nails, then this membership is for you. 12 months of lessons, 2 lessons per week, that's 8 lessons per month for the cost of 1 Builder Gel service. Now, if you're already a qualified nail technician, that should be no problem to you as long as you're fully booked. Even if you're not, this is going to be worth the investment into your business, into your career, making sure that you are fully booked from now. You are going to gain confidence because you're going to know what you're talking about, even if it's about liquid and powder that somebody's asking about when you're only qualified in Builder Gel. Imagine that. Imagine having all of that knowledge where the clients can ask you something and you can give them a factual, proper answer rather than, oh, I don't do acrylic, I don't know much about that. If you were a nail technician in this industry and you want to know everything that you can know, then sign up for my membership straight away. You're going to get some bonuses. I'm not concentrating on nail art in this course whatsoever. It's all technical, application, science-based, chemistry, making sure that you know what you're using, why you're using it, and how to use it safely. But I have got some nail art videos already done waiting for you as bonus lessons. In addition to that, you're going to get a downloadable copy of my Nail Tech Success Planner, giving you everything you need to think about when starting or running your existing business. It goes through everything from profitability, your bills, what your outgoings and income are, so you can actually figure out if you're going to make a profit, what you need to charge, what you want your brand of nail salon business to look like, feel like, what clients you're aiming at, and everything in between. You're also going to get an automatic 15% off everything on my website. I sell a mass of professional nail products, whether they're my own brands or the brands that I distribute. So you're going to get 15% off anything that you want to buy professional products wise for the lifetime that you're in the membership. You're going to get access to these videos in a way that leaves it accessible to you without overwhelm. I'm giving you 12 preloaded lessons, but then after that, I'm going to give you 2 lessons a week so that you can watch, absorb, and ask questions afterwards. I'm going to go live on Facebook in a private group for you guys. So as members, you can submit questions to me and I will answer in depth in as much fact and science-based knowledge that I can for you, so I give you an answer to a burning question or an issue that you've got at the time. It doesn't have to be related to what you're learning that week or that month, but for 1 hour each month, I am going to give you my time, my expertise, and you can ask anything nails related you like. In addition, I'm going to offer you 50% off all of my accredited and upskilling courses that already exist on my website. So if you are a Builder Gel nail technician that wants to get into acrygel or acrylic, I've got an accredited online course ready and waiting for you with 50% off because you're a member of my membership. Now, if you have any questions about it, please feel free to get in touch. I will leave my details here for you so you can click on an email address or you can WhatsApp me. I am available in lots of different ways. I'm going to help you to get every bit of knowledge about nails that you possibly can. If you want to get into doing press-on nails, I've got all of the details for you. I've got an Etsy shop, I've got all of the products that you need for packaging, I've got all of my tips and hints, I've got all of the equipment that I use for making press-on nails, whether it's for runway or for a customer to be sent anywhere in the UK or abroad. If you want to get into session work, I've got a wealth of knowledge and I've got contacts. So whatever it is about nails that you want to get into, education, fashion, you name it, let me know. And I will give you all of this information across 12 months and help you to achieve your dreams. So on the page below, you've got more information specifically about the course and the membership, what the price is. There's an early bird sign up price as well. So this is launching in October. If you get in before that, you will benefit from a £10 per month discount for as long as you are a member. So read on below, find out as much as you can about my new membership, and if you are interested or have any further questions, look at the frequently asked questions at the bottom or send me an email or WhatsApp. I'm happy to help you. That is what I'm here for. My mission is to make sure you know as much as you can about nails. So let's get started.